Guys, welcome to Equity Alpha report. This is week 3 of January 2025. Before starting anything, disclaimer. Okay, so we will see in this summary indices, macros, market breadth, and US markets. In macros, there are three basic indicators. We are looking FMCG volume growth, GDP growth, FDI. Also, I've added market cap to GDP indicator that is basically overvalued that we will see later on in this presentation. So let's start from the indices basically. So this week, market has performed really bad. At max, it corrected 16.4%. Overall, Nifty, next 50, small cap, mid cap, micro cap, everything has corrected. On a daily day basis, absolutely flat, weekly flat, and on a monthly basis and 3-month basis, very good correction we have seen. Okay, on a weekly sector performance, if we can see that insurance had performed really well. Oil and gas, metals and minings, power, trading, and aviation sector worked really well. And on a downside, you can say software and IT services and retailing performed really badly. The banking giants, automobile ancillaries, telecoms, and diversified, they were flat, almost flat. On a 3-month basis, every sector looks really bearish, and they were having really high level of correction. If you can see in metals and mining, 15% almost, diversified 10%, power 16%, retailing 19%, chemical almost 26%. So here is a good time basically for investors to look into if they find any of the sectors promising and undervalued for now. On year-to-year basis, we can see that FMCG, trading, chemicals, and jewelry, they have performed really badly. Apart from that, oil and gas, infrastructure, diversified was flat. Banks, software, power, metal mining, and automobile ancillaries and telecom really worked well. So far, currently, if you can see, healthcare is also holding the ground. So mostly we can see a new bull run winners from that, because whenever the market falls, and if you can see that if any of the sector just holding the ground, it means that it has enough potential that when general market recovers, it will definitely go further with a high strength. In FII-DII data, last 2 weeks, FIIs were very bearish. Almost 1 lakh crores net selling has happened. On a mutual fund side, from last 1 to 2 weeks, they were slightly bullish net to net basis. But on a last 30 day, till last 30 days, FIs have sold almost 2 lakhs of crores net, right? So that is a very huge amount. So that is from FII-DII data. On a market breadth side, short-term market breadth is absolutely negative. This is the point, almost minus 80 point. So far market is very much oversold. We may see a little bounce because of this. On a long-term market breadth, over here is also minus 60 point is the reading. So long-term market is also bearish, and breadth is definitely bearish. On advanced decline sign, here is the important line. If advanced decline points are, make up above this resistance, then we can see that overall larger uh, set of stocks are, performing in the rally. So this can be a significant amount of points that we can definitely watch out for. So this is the minus 20,000 points. This is the line, right? So if it breaks above uh, and sustain for few weeks, and also the general markets rallied, then we probably may see that we are recovering from the actual correction. That we will see, or time will tell, right? But overall, completely negative scenario of a downtrend, advanced decline line with a downtrend in the general market. Okay, so here is the market cap to GDP ratio. It is also known as the Buffett indicator. So basically, in this indicator, we add a ratio. We generate a ratio of total tradable Indian equities divided by the actual GDP. Right, that's a gross domestic product. And also there is another what it called a ratio we are getting is the GDP plus total assets of the central bank. So this ratio comes out as a 115%, right? So basically, if you can see that the ratio is less than 70, it can be said that it's a significantly undervalued. Ratio is between 70 to 90, it's modestly undervalued. So same way, if you can see, it is modestly overvalued based on this range. On a macro side, nothing has changed much except the wholesale price index. It has increased. There are several reasons to for increasing the WPI, maybe inflationary pressure, cost of production due to the input price has been increased, and a sector specific. As you can see that recently the oil price has spiked up, and that has been the reason to increase the WPI. On a demand basis, if you can see CPI, cost per inflation, it has just flattened out. On a merchandise import, very much change on a month to month basis from 31 to 5.9. So that is decreasing a lot. So we are less importing from the outside. And also net inflow, if you can see, it is on a upward trajectory from 131 to 142. So that is net inflow of the equity fund. On a GDP and trade side, nothing has changed, almost same as last week. Market mood index, last week it was on an extreme fear level. Now it's on a fear. And this is also the area from fear and extreme fear. Investors can start to see kind of investment. Okay, now let's look at the charts. So first of all, we will see sectors. So basically, last day, the Nifty Junior has just spiked up, and this is just a spike. This is not change in a trend because it's already a rounding top, you can see, and this is the resistance area. Let me zoom in a little. Okay, so if this sustains above this area, we can see kind of a recovery, and then this is another resistance. For a mid cap, the same scenario, just bottoming up, it looks like, and on a resistance basis, this is also the heavy resistance of the 200. Microcap just took support, and we'll see how it goes. Earlier also it took support over here. For a small cap 250, another spike up, same as earlier, and see, we'll see. Let me add anchor view from here to see. Okay, so overall market Nifty 500, we are still below the 250, as well as earlier it took support from here. It has just broken, and now it is acting as a resistance, and we'll see how market will perform in few weeks. Okay, so now Nifty very at a very crucial area. Yeah, if you can see, we have a volume that is being spiking up, and this is the anchor VWAP, and this is anchor VWAP from 23 October. It is acting a bit as a support, and we just fell from 26,000 to currently at 23,000. If it breaks this support, we can see very much down size move till this area, and this can act as another support. Obviously this is the probability. If it reverses from here, we can see a W pattern, and it may have a target over here. For a public sector, almost it's down. Realty, it's already a down. Energy down. Infra taking support, but the major resistance ahead 250. Metal almost breaching support. Commodities taking a spike, but ahead they have a larger resistance. FMCG corrected a lot and just taking support. Same way for the pharma. Pharma has performed well, just broken the trend line, and it has a horizontal support as well as the 200 support. MNC also breached the support. Healthcare performing a bell. Consumption below the support. Mid cap below the support. Bouncing from the support for PSU banks. Another one is auto. It has stated support 3 times, and 250 resistance ahead. Finance almost below the support. Bank Nifty below the support, and from support it has just tried to rally but rejected back. CNX service, that's a service index, that is also testing support. And IT extremely bearish, just kept down. So whenever we have a gap down like scenario, it is very difficult, to recover very fast. We'll see in coming weeks how it will perform. On a US indices, they have recovered with market breadth. I can see that it is increasing. For Dow Jones had rallied from the support of the anchor VWAP. It has rallied almost 6%. S&P 500 almost going to all-time high. Banks, they are having a good run after a correction. They are run off 10.32%. Nasdaq 100 it has took support from horizontal line, and this is Wilshire 5000, so it covers all 5000 scripts, US scripts. So overall they are taking support from the horizontal line. In a currency, obviously a dominating position for your US dollar index. Bond market, a longer term bonds are on a upward trajectory. They are taking resistance over here. For shorter term bonds, it has a slighter level of the rally, but it has rejected. And we'll see if the rally continues, then it will be a difficult time for investors. Equity, basically equity asset. Okay, this is shorter term, that is on a downtrend, and this is a move index, basically bond market wicks, you can say. On a it was on a rising side, but now taking support on the horizontal support. On a commodity basis, gold has been recovering slightly after a decline of 4 to 5% correction. Silver has also covered, and it is in range between anchor VWAP of October 24, and another anchor we have is at February 24, right? So this is actually acting as a support and a resistance. If it breaks above this and sustain for few weeks, then it is a very good bullish sign. If it breaks below this anchor VWAP, then we may see a further downtrend to these levels. Natural gas, it has performed really well so far. On an upward trajectory. So very important thing, guys, we need to see is that this is the 200 line, and this is a 50 moving average, right? So whenever 200 moving line just flattens out and just start to rise, we can see that the trend has changed from downtrend to sideways to uptrend. So we are seeing that trajectory has been changed for the 200. For a copper, it is essential commodity, and it is taking support on anchor, and it is sustaining, and it is again testing support for the anchor VWAP. So if it completely takes support and rising above those supports, then we can see that the upward trend will continue. And this is overall commodity, Thomson Reuters core commodity index. So overall commodities are on a rising level. Another one very important chart is of Russia's Russia index futures. So from last few weeks, I can see that this index has recovered almost 28%, right? So something is happening. Maybe Russia-Ukraine war is come to an end, maybe, or some kind of a discussion is going forward, right? So I do not see, I do not watch a news, but from looking into the index, we can see that there is something is happening, because even a head and shoulder is also there. But I observe in the market that whatever thing we see, if it looks obvious, then it will not happen, right? So that is the case. Another index is a China index, so China large cap, it is slightly trying to recover, but overall it's kind of a negative since. And let's see some of the stocks. So last week we analyze few stocks, and we'll see those one as well, because they have just not performed really well because of the general market or any other scenarios, but overall they haven't performed. If you can see Gland Pharma, Games, it is still holding but corrected a bit. Blue Star, Lloyd's Metal performed well. Kingfa is just rolling over. ITI is trying to take support. Okay, so for this week, I have found out a few stocks. They are looking really good. So the first one is Bajaj Healthcare. If you can see, it's already almost on a single channel. So basically, what happens is that when it breaks out of the channel, it usually goes the projection level of 92%, right? So there is a probability that it can perform on this move up. So this is Bajaj Healthcare. Another one is BLS International. uh, Huge volume spike, obviously institutional activity. So once it takes support or just cools down, we can see for potential opportunity over here. Overall, it has a nice uptrend. Another one is Bharat Dynamics, defense sector stock. It has taken a support from anchor VWAP line over here, and another resistance of the top of the anchor VWAP. If it breaks above and sustains above 1 to 2 days, we can definitely watch out for that. Next, we have Manapuram. It has broken down the horizontal resistance, and this is also the story. If it sustains above this resistance, we can definitely look for this. Next, we have Wonder Electricals. Very good chart pattern. I basically trade for these kind of patterns, that we have a very good impulse, then correction, and then very small correction, then on a very small movements, right? Basically we can see that in between over here we have very small level of trading has happened, and chart is also moving on a very small range, right? So suddenly what is happening basically is, so all the shares will be taken by institutions, and whenever the institutions will try to buy new shares, there will be a shortage of supply, and demand will be high. In that case, price will shoot up in and spike up, right? And in that scenario, we will definitely try to buy. So this is the optimal buy point. Basically, we can buy it with keeping a very tight stop loss. Another stock is Fact. It is also taking support at a 200 line and 50 line. So basically, it can be a area of confluence where price, moving average, anchor VWAP, all are get together and form a significant pivot area that we can analyze, and this is also looking good. Overall fundamentals are bad, but stock charts are almost 6 months ahead, right? So basically it will improve, and even we are looking for a short-term trades, right? So we have Mazgaon Docks, another stock. it can, it can give almost 200% return from here, because we have set up a projection, right? So over here, if it sustains above the anchor VWAP, then we can see a potential opportunity to buy for another move. Then we have first source solutions, same good pattern, but it has rejected recently from the highs. So we have to be very cautious, and take a very small SL, and will continue to it. Sun Pharma, same story, taking support at anchor VWAP, but it has a resistance over here, so we need to watch out for the anchor VWAP. If it sustains above, we can definitely take. Another important stock I saw is eMudra. Very good uptrend. Certain sideways movement with rejection of the horizontal resistance. Once it breaks above this resistance and it takes support and act as a support, then we can take positions here. So I think, yeah, that's it from my side for this week. Next week we will come with further new ideas and stocks. And if you have any suggestions or queries, you can please feel free to ask. And please do subscribe my channel if you like the content, to encourage me for further videos. But thank you so much for the day.